This week on the White Knuckle Web Show, we continue our story of the development and testing of the tree thrasher deer call. You simply have to see the results yourself, just like I had to, in order to believe it truly works.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Todd. I'm here with the White Knuckle Web Show. We're in a tree in Iowa. This is actually the spot I hunted killed Beastmaster General and right here in front of me last year. Sneaking out of this bedding area, basically on the top of the sanctuary ridge here. This spot has everything. It's between a bunch of bedding areas. It's so secluded. This has been a very active morning. There's been deer running around everywhere, so the chances of a big buck being up around here in this area are very good. Thick, beautiful cover all around me, so now I'm going to create a situation for him.
Moments later, I hear footsteps coming through the bedding area next to me. I apologize for the crudeness of some of the video footage you are watching. It can be next to impossible to self-film some of these encounters, but it is what it is. Close, but no cigar on a big buck I called 8-ball.
Bananas morning already. I just saw a shooter. Came chasing a doe. He was only 20 yards from me in the thick stuff. I couldn't tell what it was, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my lord, that's 8-ball. He's a 145, 150-inch 8-pointer. He's big. Pretty sure a 5-year-old. He came out, went up the other way, but I just had another deer walk right past me. It's been crazy, crazy. It's been a lot of action, so I'm going to be hanging out here for a while. It's definitely a kill morning.
The tree thrasher is certainly proving its effectiveness, and I'm learning more about the prototypes and how to use them along the way.
Just pocket thrashed that buck right in. I grunted twice, hit it a few times. Right here, he froze right behind me. You can actually see the prototype right here behind me. But it worked perfectly. He didn't know where I was, so he ended up just walking that way a little bit. Never even faced him, never looked up at me. He followed the main trail right here. So far so good. It worked. First time, man. Halloween morning. Happy Halloween, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful morning. So this should be good. I haven't hunted here in the morning, I don't think, in a long time. So I love these first sets in these areas before human scent has gotten in here. These bucks hopefully have been held up in here. Feel comfortable moving around.
The tree thrasher footage you are seeing was taken as it happened, and in real-world hunting conditions. The various tree thrasher prototypes I would be testing now would evolve into the final design, which is even better than I could have imagined. It basically combines all of the best features of the various prototypes into one package, and it is much simpler than I could have ever imagined. But it had to start somewhere, and proving it in the field on real whitetails is the best way I know to prove it works. This spot could have not been more perfect for testing the tree thrasher. I was adjacent to a doe bedding area, and there was fresh sign that big bucks were in the area. Only minutes after thrashing, here he comes. Now that's what I call a real tree thrasher. Even though this was a really nice buck, he wasn't what I was looking for. But once again, it proves that the tree thrasher is a magnet for big bucks. Thanks so much for watching this episode of the White Knuckle Web Show. I've been showing you the results of my tree thrasher testing, and if you can believe it, this is only the beginning. Have you found a calling system that works consistently on all whitetails, including big mature bucks? A call that doesn't spook or educate even the most pressured whitetails. I hadn't found that call, so I invented the tree thrasher. It's the very first call of its kind, and a true innovation in the world of game calls. We've all watched or heard bucks make a rub or loudly thrash trees with his antlers. Or maybe you've watched or heard a buck make a scrape and seemingly try to make as much noise as possible. Well, there's a reason behind it. They are communicating to all the deer in the area that they are here and this is their territory. Not only does this attract the attention of other bucks, it angers them, which causes them to drop their guard to a certain degree. The tree thrasher call works on a whole different level because it allows you to sound like a real buck, acting natural and relaxed in the wild. The sounds of leaves crunching, breaking branches, and antlers on a tree validates that you are a real buck making intentional noise. I use my tree thrasher along with a grunt call to fool even the most educated bucks right out of their bedrooms. It gives bucks confidence to investigate instead of avoiding your calls because they just don't sound real. My name is Todd Pringnutz, and bow hunting whitetails has been my passion for nearly 30 years now. You may know me through my other company, White Knuckle Productions, which started producing hunting DVDs over 10 years ago. We now produce an online hunting web show and a podcast that has become known for its incredible whitetails and stories. My background is in engineering, and I've been designing and inventing hunting products for the past 15 years. I'm basically a problem solver. If somebody doesn't make an essential piece of gear that I need, I design and make it myself. I designed the tree thrasher call to make 3 specific sounds: the sounds of leaves crunching and thrashing, the sounds of breaking branches, and the sounds of a buck rubbing trees and saplings. The tree thrasher call took me years to design, test, and perfect, and the final design has the most realistic sound possible. These sounds can be made individually or together to give you full control of the sounds you produce. The best part, it weighs less than 5 ounces and is small enough to fit in your pocket. The design allows for one-handed operation and can quickly be stored anywhere with its spring-loaded gear clip. I was able to prove the tree thrasher on some monster Iowa whitetails this past season. I was able to thrash in this 7-year-old giant 8-point from a ground blind and shot him at 30 yards. I was also able to thrash dozens of other bucks into range with the tree thrasher, including this megabuck who had been like a ghost that would never before come to calling. The amazing thing I found while using the tree thrasher is that all deer are attracted to the sound, including does. Deer are social animals, and if they hear another deer or thrashing sounds, they want to know what it is. I've thrashed as many does in a range as bucks, and we all know having does around isn't a bad thing if you're looking for Mr. Big. I'm not sure what your goals are in hunting, but mine are to kill the old mature bucks that no one else seems to be able to get close to. In order to be successful with these wary old bucks, you have to change your approach on how to hunt and call at them. Call like no one else has before, using a tool that doesn't put deer on alert. Instead, make them believe you are a buck, without sounding like a hunter in the process. Tree thrasher. Imitate the wild.